Happy Monday! Today is Labor Day in the United States, so the stock market doesn't open. Therefore, let's focus on the Bitcoin price analysis and gold and silver analysis. Let's dive right in it. First of all, let's focus on the 4-hourly Bitcoin chart. That's because there is an interesting pattern emerging on the 4-hourly chart. So here we have a potential inverse head and shoulder pattern. Here we have a shoulder, we have a head, and here is a potential shoulder. And we also have a neckline here connecting these several points. This is the neckline. So if the bulls are able to push the price up this line, and then the pattern can be finished. And the target of this pattern can be measured like this from the head to the neckline, and then we move this line here. So the target is around 10,738. And I bet if the price can go up to this line, the bulls won't just stop there. So the next target to watch is the bearish head and shoulder neckline here. So the target should be around $11,000. Aside from the inverse head and shoulder pattern, there are several interesting bullish signals happening on the Bitcoin chart. The first one is the BitMEX Funding and Premiums Index. As I mentioned in my previous video, if we have a negative index value, then the momentum is with the bulls. If we have a positive value, then the momentum is with the bears. And right now we have a lot of negative bars, which means the bulls are still in control. So, if you are panic selling because of this dump, I don't suggest you keep doing that, because even if the price of Bitcoin plunge from here, say the price go down from here, and then there is still a very good chance for the bulls to push the price up and then form a new head and shoulder pattern like this. Because as long as we have these negative bars of BitMEX index, the bulls are in control. So you don't want to fight the bulls when we have a negative value of the index. Now let me remove these distracting prediction lines and go to the daily chart and see what other signals we have on the daily. Okay, so I remove these lines and let's go to the daily. Now here is another signal from the bulls. Look at all these downward wicks. These wicks represent the buying pressure from the bulls. They are working on it to push the price higher from here. And we are still within the support zone from previous resistance become support level, which is around from 10,000 to 10,500. And let's take a look at the BitMEX Funding Index. Look at this. We have around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 negative bars, which means on a daily, the bulls are also in control. Another signal comes from the RSI. Right now the RSI level is about 35, which is not super oversold, but we are in the oversold zone. So that's a very good sign. And previously, in my previous video, I mentioned that my favorite trading pattern for RSI is for it to plunge to around 20, but looks like in the short term we might not get that, because all of my signals point to the upside at the moment. Now last but not the least, let's take a look at the weekly. So on the weekly, let's take a look at this BitMEX index funding. Here, take a look at this line. In several weeks, we finally get a pretty good decisive negative bar for the BitMEX funding index. That is really good. because this signals on the weekly level the bulls are finally taking control. If we can keep these negative bars for another 1 or 2 weeks, that will be very good for the bulls, because that will give a lot of momentum for the bulls to push the price up. Now, I want to give a warning for the altcoin holders. For those who are not familiar with the cryptocurrency space, other than Bitcoin, we have other cryptocurrencies, and all those cryptocurrencies are called altcoins. So here is the Bitcoin dominance chart. So Bitcoin dominance means how many percentage of funding are in the Bitcoin and how many are in the altcoins. Right now we are at 60%. So it means we have about 60% of the funding are in the Bitcoins and 40% are in the altcoins. So if we have a high number, that means we have a lot of funding with the Bitcoin. And we have a low number, that means we have a lot of funding with the altcoins. So in the previous several months, the Bitcoin dominance has been gradually moving down. That means a lot of funding is flushed into the altcoin space. However, I want you guys to take a look at the RSI. Remember my favorite RSI trading pattern. So this line represents the resistance first and then represents support later. So the RSI tested once, twice, third time, breakout, come back and retest and break this line. Remember my favorite trading pattern, and then move up. This is not a good sign for the altcoins. If the RSI keeps going up from here, that means the fundings are removing from the altcoin and going into the Bitcoin. This is why I converted some of my altcoins into Bitcoin, just in case this dominance just keep going up, and then Bitcoin might gain a lot of funding and my altcoins will lose a lot of value comparing to the Bitcoin. So that's the warning I'm going to give for all the altcoin holders, just in case you guys missed this pattern. Now let's take a look at gold and silver. So here is the gold on the weekly. Let me take a look at the daily. On the gold daily chart, you can see that gold still didn't make a lower low than this one, which means this is a good sign for gold. There is a possibility that gold can move up from here and break this resistance line. And just like in RSI, let me magnify the RSI. You can see that gold RSI is starting to break this resistance line. And the next move for gold RSI could be something like this, and then move up, or even just starting to move up right here. This is why I'm very excited for the gold movement in the next several days. And similarly for silver. Silver also didn't make a lower low than this one. So it will just do something like gold. And I think in several days it might starting to move up from here, as long as it didn't move down and lower than this low. So that is the update from me for Bitcoin, altcoin, gold and silver. My name is Choi and this is your friendly trading and investing channel, Blockchain Thunder. I hope you guys have a wonderful long weekend and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.